Hello, everyone. This is Jerry O'Donnell, and we're doing this series on Queen Esther. And I'll begin by reading Esther chapter 2, verse 1. And after these things, when the wrath of King Ahasuerus was appeared, he remembered Vashti and what she had done and what was decreed against her. Then said the king's servant that ministered to him, Let there be fair young women sought for the king, and let the king appoint officers in all the province of the kingdom, that they may gather together all the fair young virgins unto Shushan, the palace, and to the house of the women, unto the custody of Hedge, the king's chamberlain, and keeper of the women, and let their things for purification be given them. And let the maidens which please the king be queen instead of Vashti. So here's a situation where Vashti, King Ahasuerus, was a type and a shadow of Father God. Vashti was a type of a religious church thing. You can see the parallel. And then you see Queen Esther, who found favor and pleased the Lord. And the thing pleased the king, and he said so and did so. Now in Shushan the palace there was a certain Jew whose name was Mordecai, the son of Joar, and the son of Shimeon, and the son of Kish and Benjamite, who had been carried away from Jerusalem, from the captivity which had been carried away, and king of Judah, whom Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, had carried away. And he brought up Hadassah, that is Esther, his uncle's daughter, for she had neither father nor mother, and the maid was fair and beautiful, whom Mordecai, when her father and mother were dead, took her as his own daughter. And it came to pass, when the king's commandment and his decree was heard, when many maidens were gathered together in Shushan, the palace, to the custody of Edgar, that Esther was brought also unto the king's house, to the custody and the keeper of the women. And the maidens pleased him, and she obtained kindness of him, and he speedily gave her the things for purification, with such things as belonging to her, and 7 handmaids, which had met to give her out of the king's house, and he preferred her and her maids unto the best place of the house of the women. Esther was not shown her people nor her kindred, for Mordecai had charged her that she should not show it, meaning she took a name that was kind of a Babylonian type name, that they wouldn't know that she was a Jew. And Mordecai walked every day before the court of the women's house to know how Esther did and what should become of her. Now when every maid turn was come in to the king Ahasuerus, after that she had 12 months, according to the manner of women, for so were the days of their purification accomplished, to wit, 6 months with oil of myrrh, and 6 months with sweet odors, and with things that for the purification of women. Then there came every maiden unto the king, whosoever she desired was given her to go with her out of the house of the women unto the king's house. And in the evening she went, and on the morrow she returned into the second house of the women, to the custody of Shenagaz and the king's chamberlain, and kept the concubines. And she came in unto the king no more, except that the king delighted in her, and that she was called by name. Now when the turn of Esther, the daughter of Abihail, and the uncle of Mordecai, who had made her for his daughter, was come to go in unto the king, she required nothing but that the king chamberlain, but the keeper of the women appointed and Esther obtained favor in the sight of all them that looked upon her. So Esther was taken unto King Ahasuerus into the royal house, into the 10th month, which is the month Tebeth, in the 7th year of the reign. And the king loved Esther above all the women, and she obtained grace and favor in the sight more than all the other virgins, so that he set the royal crown upon her head and made her queen instead of Vashti. Now the king made a great feast unto all the princes and the servants, even Esther's feast. And he made a release to the providence and gave gifts according to the state of the king. And when the virgins were gathered together the second time that Mordecai sat at the king's gate, Esther did not yet show her kindred nor her people, as Mordecai had charged her, for Esther did that commanded from Mordecai, like as when she was brought up with him. In those days, while Mordecai sat in the king's gate, two of the king's chambermen, Bigtham and Teresh, of which had kept the door, was wrought and sought to lay hands on the king Ahasuerus. And the thing was known to Mordecai, who told it to Esther, the queen, and Esther certified the king thereof in Mordecai's name. And when the inquisition was made of the matter, it was found, therefore, and both were hung on a tree. And it was written in, is it not written in the book of the Chronicles before the king? And this is the first episode of Esther. Wow, Esther, notice how she was mentored by her uncle. And he was so powerful. A lot of what happened wouldn't have probably happened if it wasn't for Mordecai. He was righteous. He was a prophet of God. He did that was right in the sight of the Lord for sure. And he turned. If it wasn't for him and Esther in this particular time period, the Jews could have easily been killed. But by the grace of God and by what they did, they saved Israel in a great time of offense from Haman, the guy that was close to Ahasuerus the king. But anyway, this is the first episode, and until next time, God bless you.